Hi, and welcome to my demonstration with respect to giving and receiving feedback through an ISW program. I am going to start by sharing my screen and hopefully introduce you to how I begin to facilitate bringing forward, talking about giving and receiving feedback throughout ISW. And if you just bear with me for a moment, as always, there's always technical issues when we start. And we're going to bring this up. And this always happens. And this won't take but a minute. It's always good to be prepared. Normally when I do this, I have 2 or 3 participants, and unfortunately I was not able to arrange that. So hopefully everyone will be able to see this on their screen, and I'll be sort of talking through with respect to what some of the participants how they may contribute, and how I try to experience allowing them the opportunity to participate in an ISW by doing it through Zoom. Zoom is great because I like to do breakout rooms, and people are allowed to or can create, go off and do pairs using the breakout rooms, and they can have great discussions, and then they can come back and they can present what they've discussed, which other groups have not heard. And it gets a little bit more difficult to manage than being face-to-face, but it does work. So I'd like to introduce the topic, which is giving and receiving feedback. And maybe this is a good demonstration as to what you should not do when it comes to doing feedback, showing feedback. We're just gonna
To be a good trainer, you must communicate information in a stimulating and meaningful way. Let's see how Ryan gets on as a trainer.
Okay, everyone, so I reviewed your work on that task we did last year, and I've got some feedback for you all. So, Scott, I found that yours was interesting, needs more work. You know, maybe you should focus on and okay, I think that would be great. I'm sure that's clarified things for you. All right, now, Julie, moving forward, your attempt to implement the deliverable means that you must align your requirements for all TLAs within the range of the global footprint. All right, you got that? Good. Now, Amy. Well, I don't know what to say. I mean, your work was just really good, like really, really, really good. Much better than everyone else's. So that's great. Okay. Any questions? No? Good.
And so I think we can agree that this type of feedback is not necessarily
to be a good trainer, you must communicate information in a stimulating
way to present feedback to people when you're trying to help them become better at what they do. And normally I would ask the participants, you know, from their perspective, you know, what went wrong? Is this the kind of feedback you want to give or that you want to receive from your peers, or even from people who are maybe higher authority within your organization? But anyway, so that's where I usually start. That's my bridge in. I try to bring forward a lot of different videos in real time. And I am going to share my screen again, and hopefully then, you know, we talk about, and I put forward questions to the group, you know, in their minds, you know, feedback should be, what do they want when it comes to feedback, or how do they want to receive their feedback? And, you know, a lot of the times they talk about, I want it to be direct, I want it to be concise, I want it to be delivered in a way that's going to be positive and help me better myself as an instructor. And it's those comments are echoed with respect to how they want to give feedback as well. And, be positive, be patient, and make sure that the person that I'm giving feedback to, that they're listening and hearing the comments, or maybe they need clarity with respect to, and how I can provide that clarity to them when I'm giving them feedback. Because throughout the ISW process, we're giving and feedback constantly to each other. And so this exercise of creating, which is the objective of this particular session that I provide, is we move from this, how do I want to give and how do I want to receive feedback, we come to this instructional agreement as to how we're going to do this over the 3 days of an ISW. And so that's being said, again, we sort of discuss, I have them list on a piece of paper or even on a little Post-it note, and then, we get them, choose one way you want to give feedback, and you can literally hold it up and share it on a Post-it note like this or something like that. Quite silly, but there's all kinds of ways when you use Zoom that you can create that interaction and participation through Zoom in order to get them to participate. So we talk about that group, that positive way in which to receive feedback. And if they've done pairs, I would bring the group back and they would present. And a lot of the times, again, when we talk about receiving feedback, they talk about, matching make sure that the learning objectives are matched to the comments, right? They ask people to have an open mind. One thing they do respectfully ask is, and we all ask that, is that we keep egos at the door, right? We listen, and also try and communicate as clear as possible as to how we want to receive and give feedback. And we're really, as I said, striving for points that are going to improve each other's instructional skills. And those are the things that usually those words and that language comes from the group, and we collectively create that list, as it were. As they're talking, I'll have a second computer, and once that list is compiled, I email that to everyone so that we can review it and add and subtract. It's also by emailing it to everyone, that list of receiving and giving feedback, we also have something as a resource we can go back to and reflect on each day if need be, right? So that's kind of again, going back to that video, is my bridge-in. My pre-assessment is that conversation after the video as to, how do you want to give feedback? And that participation, of course, is that compiling of all the comments from the participants in the group as to how we're going to behave when it comes to giving and receiving feedback over the 3 days of an ISW. So I usually create a summary, position it as a strategy for giving and receiving feedback, and talk about, when we give feedback in this particular piece of PowerPoint, it's like, we need to examine our motives, right? And we need to ask for permission. Would you mind? Could I provide you with an idea? Can I make a recommendation? So please make sure that this type of conversation is had with your group so that people don't go astray. I also explained to them that after mini lessons, ISW allows us to have that formal, structured, form A, B, C, D, E, I think it's all the way to H and G, or GH, in order to help us and guide us through that sort of formative feedback to our group, right? So those tools I give to them before we begin, so they have an opportunity to reflect on the different types of feedback they want on their mini lessons. So I share those. One of the things I have found is that because timing is really important, it's even more so important on a Zoom type delivery of an ISW, is I ask them to prioritize how they give their feedback, okay? Because it's really important, you know, if they've made a list of 10 items, well, only share 3 at this time, your top 3, you know, and make sure that when you're giving ideas or you're giving that feedback, that you maybe want to create some specific examples so that people can take a hold of it and transfer it the next day, right? Always receiving feedback, I ask again to try and make sure that their willingness and open to hear the feedback. We always say, don't take it personal. Well, it is personal, right? So the delivery of the feedback has to be very conscious, and also as well that openness to hear the feedback has to be present, that assuming that non-defensive approach when these things are happening over the 3 days of the program, okay? Be sensitive, I guess I want to say. So these are usually things that, again, that are coming from the group that I'm working with, the ideas, the comments, and the learning agreement I'm usually creating as they're talking. Again, I have a second computer that I work with, and the learning agreement, once it's created, and this is just maybe a sample. These are the rules we're going to live by, or the agreement we're going to live by over the next 3 days when it comes to giving and receiving feedback, and basically how we're going to allow things to unfold and evolve. So we're all going to do our best. We're all ready to learn. We all want to be respectful to each other. And of course, we're all going to work hard, have fun, try new ideas, follow directions. We're going to allow people to ask questions, and make mistakes, because that's how we learn. So I take all of this information and I make these learning agreements, and once that's done, then we agree to sort of move forward and start the ISW, experience for giving and receiving feedback throughout the program. So it's really an opportunity to share ideas, to be conscious of our presentation, and to be, physically aware of our surroundings, and the fact that we're on a Zoom program. You still have to be sensitive and be mindful as to how you're presenting feedback, and how those forms that are within the context of the ISW manual really help us and guide us through the receiving and giving feedback process throughout. So I hope this was helpful. I know that there are all kinds of ways to deliver online learning programs. We do use Zoom, and we do find Zoom very useful and in real time. And then we make sure that there are items that people can take away, and we make sure that we send PowerPoints and those types of things to people as well. So again, I hope you find this helpful, and I look forward to talking with everyone in the future if that chance is available to us. So have a great day.